I've had an absolute cunt of a day. Everything that could go did go wrong. So if I'm allowed to use the word cunt in a song, had an absolute cunt of a day. Started as a fart in bed. Well, it started as a fart, but I shit myself instead, and the fucking missus going off the fucking head. I've had an absolute cunt of a day. And running to the dunny like a bastard, trying to hold it in with me finger up me arse, and skidding past the kids and them little cunts laughing. Had an absolute cunt of a day.
Well, it maybe quite hasn't started off quite that way, but it is definitely one of those days where just shit consistently did not fucking go right. Instead of getting pissed off and frustrated and agitated by it, you just gotta laugh at the fucking absurdness of some of these scenarios that you get into in life. And believe me, you're a lot better off for it. So when I have a shit day like that, that's usually the song that goes to in my mind. I see Cake. When I saw you in the pre-show, I was like, because I knew I was going to do this and try and play that song like earlier before I even got off work today. And then I saw you in there and I was like, oh, Cake's got to know Kevin Bloody Wilson. So if anybody caught that, doesn't know who that is one of my absolute favorite songwriters of all time, Kevin Bloody Wilson. Aussie, if you couldn't catch it by the accent there, Cake, Jeff Papalia, Stony Creek. We got a bunch of fine Aussies that are constantly hanging out with us and showing us some love and support. I've been a huge fan of his for over 30 years at this point. The first time I ever heard him was a song called Hey Santa. Go check it out. You can find him on YouTube. You can find him on, you just saw him, Spotify, any of those streaming platforms. And fuck man, the guy is just piss funny. So yeah, Mick the Master Farter. That's right. With his double jointed ass. I could do this all day with you, Cake. Absolutely. It'd be a lot of fun. He would be like, imagine if we could actually get him on the show. Like, that'd be amazing. Actually, here's another one. So I took a video of my buddy Sloth Lettuce. Seth, I named him strain after him. He's called Sloth for a damn good reason. He don't move too quick. Great guy, just not the fastest out there. And I took a video of him. I think was he blowing a top or was he falling it? I think he was blowing a top out of the tree, and like a good sized top when he was up in the bucket. And so if you know the Nigel fucking legend, right? Where it's like, Nigel fucking legend. I even did that at the end of the video after he fucking blew the top out of there. I was going to post that to IG a while back, but I don't think I did. Maybe I'll go find that video and I will get that up on there. Yeah, living next door to Alan. That's another great one. I like the live version of it off of 20 Years of Kev personally. This fuck, even like rooting in the back of a ute is rock and roll version off of 20 Years of Kev is like it's more of a just like an actual pretty rockin' fucking country song or country type song, or was country in the I'm gonna ramble, I'm gonna babble. So I can't help that. G-Bay will be along here pretty quick. He sent me a message saying he might be a few minutes late. G-Bay, it's all good, brother. You take your time. I'm in that mood. I'm stocked up on weed, which feels very good. And it's not good weed. It's dispensary weed, but I've smoked 2 joints since I've been home, and I'm good and fucked up, I gotta say. What is it? Grape cream cake from a place called Parcel. Now, I got some Sunday Driver from these guys about a week ago. And I was, kind of impressed to the point where it was decent sized nogs, still like moisture and squishy in there. And so I went in there looking for some more from the same company, and this is what they had. Now, the nugs aren't as nice as this stuff. It's been more picked apart. And nothing really to write home about, but I'm not mad at it, and that's all I can really ask for. Soon enough, I will be blessed with cropping again, and we'll just have to make sure that we don't ever fucking stop that again. Oh, dude, I've yeah, man, I could get down with you, Cake. That'd be great. I should come do like win the lottery so I can afford to come do like an Australian tour and hang out with all you guys. That would be a blast. Maybe I get like honorary Aussie status or something like that. Cheers, Magpie. See you there. Anova, I see you. So I'm gonna roll this up. I'm gonna get good and lifted here. I hope y'all join me. What's everyone else smoking on? What y'all got? I got the grape cream cake here. Magpie, I know you're probably smoking on something pretty amazing. Hell yeah. Let's get the Stab Frog up and running right off the bat. Yeah. We can Russell Crowe. That'd be all right. That sounds like that would be fun. Oh, yes. All right. Let's get this lit up. So we got the I got the truck stuck today, and in like a stupidest fucking spot. Like it was so when we go out cutting trees, we have our big boom truck, which you've probably seen those around. Maybe you've noticed them, maybe you haven't. Or you can go up in the air and chip in the boom. We'll chip. It'll usually have a chipper on the back of that, and we'll blow chips either off into the ditch or into the back of the boom truck and shit like that. Sometimes we got to get a little bit off roadish with those, and you got to take the chipper off the back, which was the case today. And it has been hammering fucking rain for the last few days. It's been really cool for mushrooms and seeing mushrooms get growing. I've seen all sorts of new mushrooms in the last 2 weeks that I've never seen before, and they're prevalent because it's a lot warmer than it typically is this time of year, and you're just seeing all sorts of new stuff. And so I've actually started bringing my phone with me a little more than I typically would in the bush, just so it's on there so I can take pictures of mushrooms. But anyway, so we're going into a farmer's yard there. And they've got their old little muddy dirt roads that are kind of in between their fields to get to where you want to go. And these boom trucks are not fucking they got no locking diffs or anything good like that. And they like to spin. And so we throw the big chipper on the back of my 3/4 ton pickup that we're driving out there and get down in this field and just about got the fucking boom truck stuck in, basically on flat land. Nothing major, kind of one of those almost embarrassing situations. And we get out, and I'm going back into this flatland place with my 4x4 pickup that's in four high at the moment. And I get through the spot I was just talking about, the flatland, and just the thing just fucking stops and just fucking like what, to the point where I thought that the brake cable disconnect for the brakes on the chipper, which is a trailer, right? Most trailers have that. So if it comes loose or the trailer comes disconnected from the pickup and the brakes go on, right? So you don't get runaway trailers and shit like that. It's a good idea. And I thought maybe we'd pull that out because this thing was all of a sudden just like a fucking anchor on me, and we ain't going nowhere. It's like, and the mud's not deep. You're talking about mud that's like only maybe 4 or 5 inches deep, but we're spinning. The tires on this truck are terrible. And so, okay, we gotta chain up the boom. We can get ahead of us and pull my fucking sorry ass truck with its boat anchor of a chipper on the back of it, right? And so chaining up in the mud. Anyone that's ever driven a big truck, you've had to do it before, I'm sure, and it's not a good time. And you got cow shit all over the fucking place because, well, you're on a farm. I love farmers. I ain't got nothing against farmers, but it's just, there's a lot of poop all over the place when you go to a farm. Let's just face it. And cows are trying to chain up, put that on, and you're trying to avoid crawling in cow shit and landmines and all that. Like, it proved tough. It was doable, but it was a mucky, icky, gross situation. That was kind of the worst of it. Yeah, it was. But just like, like trying to fall trees in like the right direction. So like it didn't have my A game today, I guess. I don't know why. I got a decent amount of sleep. I wasn't sleep deprived or anything like that. Maybe it's because I didn't have enough or not had too much blood in my THC system or something like that, or my cannabinoid system, because it's slowing down. Like, here's actually a good fact this is a weird one. The old lady and I, we ran out of flour for the very first time since we've been together. We always got some kicking around here somewhere. And we had hash, so it's not like we were destitute, which is thank God for things like hash. But that actually happened. So when we knew we were getting to the end, kind of wait for fucking payday to come through or whatever. And, so you're not smoking very much and stuff like that. So I was extra well behaved today, but maybe that's what it is, right? You're like, usually you should be good and medicated. You know what I mean? Lack of medication, an unbalance in the force and the system. G-Bay, come rescue me, please. I love you. I miss you. I'm going to babble on like an idiot here. You know what I would really want to do here? Let's shout out all our patrons, because y'all are awesome.
Travel down the road and back again. Your heart is true. You're a pal and a confidant. And if you threw a party, invited everyone you knew, you would see the biggest gift would be from me, and the card attached would say thank you for being a friend.
Oh, hell yeah. Like I said, shout out to all our Patreon supporters. Helping pay the bills and make things go around is very much appreciated. We love that. And it's awesome. But truly, though, shout out to anyone that's ever supported us, period. Monetary, the help is not necessary. I very much appreciate, like I said, it helps. But just tuning in, watching the shows, hitting that like button, hitting subscribe, all that good shit. Liking our shit on Instagram and stuff like that. We like to get out and go and do like awesome stuff. And we like the fact that y'all are willing to come along for the ride with us and do more stuff and see what the hell we're doing up there. It's, I'm at the point where I think I finally understand that life is, you can't take, doesn't matter, you can be the richest person in the world. You can have friggin' mansions and boats and planes and fucking vault like Scrooge McDuck from DuckTales, where you can just go swimming in your fucking money, but you can't take none of that shit to the fucking grave. And what I do know is that tomorrow ain't promised to none of us. And I wouldn't want to look back and say, yeah, man, I went to work and then I came home and sat on the couch. Yeah, and I do a lot of sitting, don't get me wrong. But I also like to get out there and have fun and do cool shit as well. I actively encourage it. I wish I've invite you all along. I wish you all lived a little bit closer to us. I see Laurie Edburn, you actually don't, well, you live far away, but you live in the same province at least. Like, one day I should get my ass down there and come say hello. That would be fun. This is one of my things is I really enjoy getting to meet people. I've had the pleasure of meeting Joel Scott, Hurtin' Albertan, who's no longer really kicking around anymore, but yeah, he was around with us at the very early days, and I hope he's doing well. I have nothing but positive things to say about that dude. I like hanging out with Colton. I just got to spend a couple days at his house recently. It was fucking awesome, and get to smoke up with people that we're smoking up with constantly anyways, you know. And actually, like I always say, I'm very big on being able to look someone in the eyes, power handshake, maybe fist bumps if that's more your thing. I don't care. How about a fucking hug? You know what I mean? Like bring it in. We're all family here. I know another one is, like I said, I can't confirm, and I don't want to get too excited about it, but possibly, like I said, I might be in the Ontario area in April. But we'll just have to see, because Christmas comes first and the New Year's and all that stuff. So it's and let's face it, last time I said I was going to Ontario, it did not pan out quite the way I was hoping for. But had I not had that fire under my ass to fucking go see like that Green Day concert was what started that. It was like, oh shit, I gotta go. So I went and got tickets to that, and it was like, you know what, I'm gonna be out there. I want to meet some people, and that was how Booth Camp North was started. The whole idea of it was like, well, fuck, I'm coming. And right up until about maybe like 2 months before, I was actually looking very positive, like, yeah, we can go. But then kids need things like braces, and there's just stuff that has to come first, unfortunately. So, but that'd be very cool to get the chance if huge fucking if it all does pan out, man. Like Magpie, I see you right there. That's a dude that I would love to smoke up with. I've had the pleasure of smoking your weed and I'm quite fond of it. Oh, you need a link? Yeah, I'll get that right to you, homie. G-Bay, another fine brother I've been hanging out with for years. I'm just gonna put it in here, G-Bay, in the chat. There you go, homie. Jay Patrick, another dude from Ontario I'm looking at right in here. Like, man, like to be able to have like a quick trip over there, Noof, another one. Like, I could potentially check off like freaking half a dozen people that I hang out with constantly in here. You know what I mean? Like, that'd be freaking rad, dude. Yeah. Cheers, Agnes. There's another Ontario person I want to meet. You see, so like, I missed out on a lot of good shit this last summer, like, when y'all were ripping it up at G-Bays, you know, like, and I'm glad it was successful, and I'm glad we want to do it again. This is a great thing. This is kind of, and if this all kind of pans out, there's, I found an airline where the tickets are quite literally half the price, maybe even more than that, of like what your typical known airlines. It's a smaller airline, which probably means they're, you know, maybe it's safer. I don't know. I was gonna say, well, maybe it's cheaper for a reason. I don't know, but like still, that makes all of a sudden it makes. Had I known about this airline, leading up to even probably 2 weeks before Booth Camp North happened, I probably could have still made it, is what I'm saying. So I'd love to have a chance to possibly make it up there for, do you need in? Do I need to let you in?
Yeah, no privileges, this way. Shaved my fucking beard, lost all my powers.
Had I known you were like gonna shave your beard off, I probably would have fucking took them from you, like man card pulled type shit.
I knew I was gonna catch some grief.
Or you're just lucky I haven't shaved in a couple weeks, so I can at least take up the slack first. So we've at least got
beard. Well, the new job is like big boy welding, right? So I'm welding. There's a lot of smoke plume going on, and guess what stops that? Facial hair. It's fucking nasty. So instead of fucking around, I just back to 25-year-old G-Big. Fuck, I
could be worse. Could be worse.
Yeah, how's everyone doing today?
Fucking doing great now.
That's good. I'm about to get into some of Colton's awesomeness here. The chocolate peaches times Daryl strawberry. Fucking.
Yeah, it's good. That's one of my favorites. I eventually want to get a cut off him. I'm not gonna lie. When I went and visited him there, I was hoping he might have a cut available, but it looked like he only kind of had one at the time. So I was like, you know, I'll be back. I'll be back.
Well, just do what you kind of do in, with public plants, right? Snippity snip snip.
His was.
Oh, there's only.
Yeah, no, it would have been the whole plant, unfortunately, if I was going to try to play that game.
Yeah.
So, and to make things worse, I had Joel Scott's cut of that Durban Poison, and I left that there too. And I hope that thing survives and does well, because that thing was so cool because it just hung out on the dash of my car, because he like cut out the bottom of a 2-liter and just like set it there. It's got a wide enough bottom. But then I thought when we were in Edmonton, it's probably not a good idea to leave, or was it Calgary? Edmonton or Calgary? But basically, I wanted to put it in the back of the car so I didn't have a pot plant on my dash when we were inside at a concert, because someone's probably gonna break your fucking window for that. And then I dropped it on the fucking ground and just rallied that poor thing. But it looked like it would survive by the time I left.
Oh man, yeah. You don't want to lose that.
Yeah.
I need an ashtray. Quick, sorry, I'll be back. Oh yeah. I just took the whole fucking computer with me. Sorry about that.
It sounds like it.
Well, the cord got wrapped around my ankle, and the computer went flying, and the whole jar of Daryl Strawberry times peaches, whatever the fuck it is, went flying.
Yikes.
Saved it. No Nuggy got harmed in the making of this video. Only White Eagle. Crash and burn.
Living the dream. So did everybody else at least have a killer day? I hope y'all did. Fuck yeah. Let's do another dab frog for you. The D-Ray's off grabbing whatever it is he's grabbing.
We need an ashtray. I can't be just ashing on the table now. That ain't gonna fly. Got full control of my environment now. No unnecessary messes. No fucking around. Oh, looking at the garden today, man. I'm don't get much time to spend out there now with the new job, but come home at lunch and I usually check on it and whatnot, man. Shit's getting heavy out there. There's some big buds out there.
I got to reply to my dad. He was saying it sounds like it's getting pretty cold and close to freezing most nights out at his place. But he says by noon, it's all nice and warm out there again. But it's like, well, dude, we just got to see it. It's what it is. This whole year was an experiment. We're hoping like hell some of these plants will make it through, but at the end of the day, if they don't, there's a reason why you took a bunch inside and trying to finish them off indoors.
Meg, I know I'm not on the run. I'm not on the lam from anything. If you could see the chocolate milk that's produced by my beard when I wash it in the shower, you'd shave it too. The auto smoker. Fuck off, you guys. Yeah, I'll smoke autos. My last one was the bomb. It was good. Just there's only a handful of it. I still fill mason jars, okay, with my autos. They're just the 250 mil jam jars. They're just not the quartz. So, to scale.
Said if the old man's well, no, we're gonna have to try some autos out at his place next summer, anyways. Just because there's a good chance that nothing, even the rigged up shelters that we've done, are gonna survive. So it's try a few things, try a few earlier flowering strains, see what happens.
I wish I would have kept that my Mendo Breath cut, because now that I've got it running second or third year consecutive, yeah, it's an earlier. It's always the first one to pop off in the garden generally, and this year it's 2 to 3 weeks ahead of everything else. So it's a good cut for that, but I let it go. So sorry about that.
I'd be down with that, Magpie. I saw that comment there. Let's see if we can get that up there. Oh, there's the one before that though.
Nice. And what were those, Mr. Magpie? I'd like to do some investigating on myself. For myself. The Shane's was huge. That Northern Lights was huge. And I personally didn't like the bud myself, but I did have a lot of people that did. You know, generally from the older generation. But they were like, fuck, give me, you know, fuck, I'll take it all. Like,
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that actually fucking reminds me of a wedding cake cut that we had, where it was back when I was married, and I don't think the ex-wife cared much for it. I know I didn't. Like, it was okay, but just nothing to write home about. But it seemed like everyone around us absolutely was fucking raving about it. And I was just like, I don't get it. And then, if I recall correctly, it got to the point where we'd actually, for a second and a third cycle through, we'd actually kind of kept an extra plant or whatever of that just for other people to have, because they were liking it. And then I just thought, well, no, I'm not growing plants just for other fucking people like that. That's just
yeah.
So like, it's a nice thing if you know, but like, just grow something you like and give them some of that, you know. So that's how we got rid of that. But then also, I forget what I was about to say. So shout out to cannabis.
Yeah, fucking right. Oh, it's kind of funny because the welding shop I'm in right now is in the back of a building, and then to the front and side of that building there's a couple apartments. So I feel sorry for them because at 7 a.m., you know, Run DMC goes on full blast, and I fire up grinders and shit. But whatever.
I like it.
Yeah, and but today after work, I'll tell you, someone was burning some fucking mighty fine cannabis very close to that shop, and that was like, helmet off, grinder down. I'm going home for a bit. I'll be back in a few minutes. That's the best part about the new shop. It's literally, if I fucking got on a ladder, I could probably see the place.
That's cool.
Oh, it's fucking deadly. I've never had something like that before. Like, well, Weber was only 4 minutes, but I had to turn and go through a few street lights. I could walk to this one. And that's really weird because I live in a small shit town that doesn't even, it's got one general store, no traffic lights. You know what I mean? It's not a big area.
Yeah.
That seems to be working out really, really well.
That's awesome.
Nice. Yeah, we've known the guy. We've known each other through literally Facebook welding posts for 4 or 5 years. I've watched this guy grow up business-wise. I seen his truck, and me being a welder and wanting to do my own thing. I noticed any new welding business around here. So I've seen him, you know, 1 truck, 2 truck, 3 truck shop kind of thing, and now I'm in the 3rd truck. So here we are. Pretty sweet. It's like I said, it's big boy welding, so it's where I wanted to be for many years. Not that I've avoided it, but I just never landed a job that was doing that type of work, so I just never really had to do it. But for what I'm into and the pay I want and all that, this is where I got to be. So hard hats and high vis and fucking, you know, let's do it. But
well, it's good though, man. You're getting you're getting to be up where you want to be. It makes me real happy to see the good things happen to people that I fucking know and care about.
Yeah.
You know, like, it's just like I always say, there's enough fucking struggle in the world. I'm well aware of what your situation's been in the last all year long, pretty well, and to see things that are starting to roll your way, man, it's like good. It's good to see good things starting to happen to good people. You know what I mean? It always seems like it's the foul ones that seem to get the goods. Very cool.
Got this shirt right from Larry the Man himself, man, when I was hanging down at Booth South. Fuck, that was a good time, man. Larry's a character.
Galaxy.
He's good stuff, Larry, man. The all Catachronic, man. They're fucking added to the vibe. Having your butt. Like when Stoney pulled up in the driveway and got out of his fucking car, man, I was almost in tears, man. I've known that guy. He started hanging out with me on my Instagram lives well before I started hanging out with Caribou Crew. Like me and Stoney probably go back. He's probably my first, like, out of all us, you know, like our general fucking group here, he's probably the first one that I really had a friendship with. And it was like fucking just crazy to see him. And Fluff, and Fluff was here, and Blue Kiss, and this. Oh, man, what a trip! What a fucking trip! I was pretty upset though that there wasn't any of those wild cannabis plants that they all kind of fucking yapped about all year.
I think you need to go to like Minnesota, where isn't that where
You said that like really Minnesota. I think us Canadians have a Minnesota. Like Minnesota's.
No. They have a Canadian fucking.
That's what I meant. Like they're like our 11th province or whatever. However many we have.
They just, wish they were Canadian, so they try and talk like us. I get it. We're pretty awesome. Used to be pretty awesome.
Oh, yeah, we still got it. You can really tell when you go to other countries that Canada is still something special. Generally, everyone's like, "Oh, Canada." They're like, "Oh, you're from the States, fuck, beat it."
So, I'd say I know Jay Patrick was in there, and yeah, I forget in there. CJ, sorry, I just saw J5's comment about hardcore having the Pharaoh patch, which would be awesome. Got a whole bunch of more beans right there, Jay. I just need to sift through some Catahoula Hunza Valley and then some Investment Dog by Hunza Valley. I'll throw some of those in the tubes, and then your package will be going out tomorrow, dude.
Ooh, excuse me. Oh, I'm sweating. Had a hot shower there down. Fucking body temperature's all fucked.
Yeah, I still gotta go and find the shower at some point in time. It's just kind of
this new job.
I sat home. I got home and I basically just sat here and chain smoked fucking couple joints. Showtime, let's go.
Yeah. There was no hope. I was fucking. I looked like a chimney sweep. It was like I gotta do this.
Chicks dig that shit.
Well, yeah, but no. Because like the problem is now, like I can't do anything when I get home. Now I can't touch anything or do anything. I'll just fucking start destroying the handles and railings and walls. I just come in. I'm like, fuck. Go hose myself down. It's gonna be a new adventure, man. With the basement, turn it into my bedroom, and the grow room's got to come down. I got a couple of plants still alive in there, but they're not doing well. I've kind of fucked them over just by being depressed and fucking dumb.
Yeah, I've got some fucking plants that are happy as shit that are probably getting flipped tomorrow.
Nice. See, someone's carrying the crew for us. It's not me.
I'll go get this one Investment Dog, man. It's got like its blades are thicker than my 2 fingers are wide, or they're wider than my 2 fingers, I guess. Like I'm impressed with this thing so far.
Nice. Yeah, I'm kind of upset because it was all those decent cuts from Magpie there. I had the Trinity and New York City Diesel and Trop Cookies. But ooh, that is a fucking nice looking little plant.
Big screen this. Good. I'll try to isolate this branch.
Ooh, yeah.
Do that thing. So that's
that's a gooder.
My hand on it, and then you get like 2 fingers down, and there's
that's a 3 finger.
Actually, yeah, that is a full 3 fingers with just barely the tips of the leaves sticking out. I'll have to take pictures of that and put that on IG a little later. But that is fucking impressive, guys. That's a 3-fingered fucking leaf right there, right?
That's a fatty.
You can take 2.
Yeah, Jay said it well. She's big boned.
Yeah. So, and this whole plant is not even 15. Maybe 15 inches tall right now.
I was waiting for that cake.
So, and that's bigger. That's getting that'll outstretch a dinner plate. Those leaves, I'm pretty sure, because it was down near at that point last week. And once again, this is Investment Dog from Family Tree Seeds, which is Dog Walker crossed with his Stock Market. I have not smoked this pheno yet, or either of the two phenos I have in the tent, but I've tried out two others and absolutely loved both of them. They were both real similar, very gassy, very fuely. Bunch of that fresh can of tennis balls, awesomeness in there. So we're fucking stoked for this. And then, you know what? Let's actually see if we can take you guys. It's gonna be hard for me to see in here because it's so fucking bright. But let's see. So this little guy here is like the smallest of the Lilith. If you guys were watching when we had Jimmy on there the other day, and I was talking about a super small, and this is this one, all in 2-gallon pots. And then over there, so these two.
Ooh, that's a nice one.
There we go. Again. So these ones here are the other two investment dogs. Big leaves, not nearly as big as those ones though. And then over in there are the other Liliths. That poor one there, it gets a couple more weeks before it flips because it had a little bit worse treatment than the other ones. But everything in here is happy. I don't know if you guys could see the serrations on some of that shit, but there's
Nice little canopy going on.
Dude, we're excited for that.
Yeah, no, that plant looks good. There was one plant there you mentioned. There's a little behind the other ones.
Yeah, I know. It sat in a solo cup begging for upgrading shoe size for a good 2 weeks. Where I felt obliged to do it. Meanwhile, everything else, by the time that thing got transplanted, everything else is already transplanted, fully recovered from the shock, happier than pigs and shit.
Yeah.
But it's funny that little thing, I want to give it a couple extra weeks too, just because it's small and give it a chance to get bigger. But I don't think it's going to want to get much bigger. I just have a feeling that it's kind of where it's at. All the bottom branches are starting to catch up to the top, but that could be a lot of fun if it's a girl.
I find a lot of times, because I veg plants for a long time sometimes. My first couple outdoor runs, when I had control, I veg ages long. But I find they just keep growing, man. Like, just give it, I bet you it'll like come to size, like where you're saying it's balance out the top, and then it'll just slowly, exponentially just fucking grow. Like, I don't know if any of you guys still follow or have ever seen, we had her as a guest, Luna, all day. She had a post the other day of a plant that she hadn't topped, and it was flat. Like, well, it was fucking 15 feet around, but the canopy was level across the top as opposed to, your maple kind of stuff. But it was pretty neat. Yeah,
Cool stuff.
It'll probably be really like globe shaped. Like the Mendo's like that. It doesn't grow like it balls out. Which is kind of, it looks really nice in the garden. Like, it's cool to have those big tall Christmas tree kind of shaped ones, but the globe shaped ones are nice because they just got buds sticking out all over the place. We're getting there. I was out there looking today. We're super early still, but
I'm hoping the old man can get some stuff through. But it's starting to kind of get the whole, well, probably not kind of thing from the past. But according to him, it's been a victory for this year so far because he's never had anything make it this far along before. So he's winning, I guess.
Yeah, like, each year you learn a bit and get to the point where you can make it work. But it becomes work now because for me, the ease of summer is over. Yeah. The lazy days of summer where it was just breezy and warm, those are gone. Now we're into this up and down like a fucking toilet seat all day long. You're going to be freezing and soaking during the nights. And if you're lucky, you get to enough temperature during the day that it dries everything out. Or some days it goes blaring up into the 70s.
Yeah.
Not 80s, I don't think. This time. It's just all over the place, and it creates that powdery mildew. You get bud rot or botrytis. The bugs are fucking off during this, which I like. Gets too cold, the bugs all fucking die, which is primo. And you get some color going on and all that, but then there's certain strains that don't adhere to that well. Fucking mention this because I seen it today. Septoria. You guys remember the Septoria I dealt with?
Yes, unfortunately.
It's out back. It's on the Mendo breath. Just a little chunk of the plant. You can see, like, you get up close and the leaves are yellow and curling with black spots on them. Oh my God. Yeah, so what I'm going to do, I'll fucking blast this garden over when everything's cut down. I'll just take my bucket of Lost Coast and just soak the soil. Shit, get everything so before it overwinters, everything dies.
Yep.
Everybody say hi to Roo.
Hi, Roo.
Say something. No, just a snort. All right, get out of here. Oh, there we go.
There we go.
You want outside? Is that what you want? I'll be right back.
No worries. Sounds like a good time for that.
Door's open. You're just being a weirdo. I love it. My dogs can open the door themselves. So, like, I live outside. Like, I literally never have a fully closed house. Doors always open.
Here's Kingfisher.
Hey, Dr. Leave Alone saying his leaves are turning like fall. Yeah, my banana daddy's got like purple and pink leaves on it. It's pretty sweet. That's pretty cool.
Cheers, Jeffro. Cheers, Victoria Lee.
The buds are damn near ripping the branches off the plants, though, man. Some of my Bambalam branches are just trying to vacate. The banana daddy, Black Widow cross, it's trying to go south, some of the branches. I never really liked that with the cannabis plant. Like, you see, you got your main stalk, and then your branch comes off. It's like it's kind of like it's not a nice big knot. It's like this. You can see the separation before it even breaks. You know what I mean? It's like the plant has set itself up for failure.
Yeah.
The evolution of it, because some of them I didn't even top, like, and those ones break too. So it's just like. Maybe they're not naturally meant to have football-sized buds on the end of the branches, you know, like we push them to.
Well, I don't know. I find just some plants just don't have good structure for holding big weight. Like my actually the Hawaiian snow I've got going on when we were growing that in the past, it was like you get these huge fucking nice big fucking donkey dicks on there, but just the spindliest freaking arms on there, right? So it's like. You pretty much have to tomato cage or brace them somehow because the plant just can't. It's wimpy.
Yeah, I've had some amazing. Like, what was it I grew indoors when I was doing like the Skittles, gelatos, and all that shit, Sunday drive, and some other stuff. But I had a plant. Yeah, it was the worst. Even indoors, a tiny little plant, but the branches were like. So thin, but it would grow these fucking golf ball or bigger sized buds. And as soon as it got like week 6, it was just like, bro. Like, what the fuck? 6 yo-yos, 1 plant. Like, what the hell? So, yeah, didn't grow that much. From decades of breeding with trellis.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Right?
It makes sense because it's always got constant bracing. And if you breed like generation after generation after generation, it's like evolution over time, right? They don't need to have big beefy arms and structure because there's always something to hold them up. They're never tested.
Yeah, I got one from Dumbler or the Good Weed Company. It's animal cookies times garlic cookies, and it does not branch out at all. Like the plant doesn't go this way. It literally everything comes off and just goes straight up. Kind of sucks because the plant's very cylindrical, so you can't really grow it and top it a lot to get a lot of branching because the branches all grow up straight. So they just all kind of stay together. You want minimal branches. That being said, though, is you can stack weight pressing down on a branch, as opposed to a branch. Like same thing as if you're holding something, heavy. If you hold your arm out, well, it gets hard. If you hold it close to you, it's easier, right? So the plant, the way it's structured, I haven't grown it out to the point of having to worry about it, but I'm just looking at it in the garden compared to everything else, and I can see the way the buds are stacking. The branches are like only an inch or two off the main, and then straight up. So like all that weight bearing is going into the lumber, not onto the joint. So I'm like, yeah, we need. I'll try to push that plant a bit and get some off that. And it grows like this, really, really cool bud. It's like your typical cookies bud, and super, super, super dense. The smell is, it's to be something to be desired. It's not crazy, not super terpy or anything. But it looks like it's like a silvery kind of look to it when it's on the plant, when it's about to finish up. Like a bluey purpley color on the buds, and then super trite covered. So when you see it, it's just like, it looks really good. It's definitely got the bag appeal or the photo appeal too. And it's got those weird leaves I show all the time where it does like this. They go behind each other. You got your main one, then the next two are behind it, and it's just like they kind of stack. It's really weird, but super potent. It's a good plant. I still got it alive. I kept it alive for another round. I've cloned that fucking thing. Must be 25 times now.
Cheers, Bud Squisher. Cheers, Joel.
I'm some layer cake.
So,
What are you smoking, Caribou?
I've been smoking on some grape cream cake. And it's actually, for Dispo ounce, because we had to break down and get Dispo ounce. I'm not mad at it, man. I've smoked 3 decent sized joints out of it, and I'm getting effed up. Like it's, it is what it is. I've smoked better weed. I've smoked a lot worse weed, but yeah, I would say. Cat has my tongue.
Jay Patrick, that is so true. What you're saying, most bred for indoors, so when you let them wild outdoors, they show their weaknesses. Yeah. This is where the true shine comes through for me, because I'm looking for strength in my plants because they get so big that they need a backbone, man, or they fall apart. And yeah, some of them you can just tell. It's like, oh shit, that's not going to work for us.
Yeah, I'm interested in seeing how these lilies go through. I'm excited. Like I said, that's a little what I pulled out specifically to show you guys. Like, it might just be too small to keep around and fuck with. We'll see. Like I said, we'll see how it does. It just, because I'll just say, if it wants to remain that small, I'll always have to be propping it up on something else to get it close to the light, when everything else is up here. It'll want to be down here. So we'll see. But like some of that stuff is just like has like some really cool fucking serrades to the leaves, which is always fun to look at. So we'll see. The pheno hunting kind of begins tomorrow, I guess, for something awesome and amazing to keep through that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so for the round, I'm gonna pick next. I don't know, man. I got so many damn seeds from all you guys. You know what I'll probably do? I'll make it fun and let the community pick my next round. One of the shows, once I got my new room set up,
Yeah. That'd be all right.
Yeah, or pick out 4 people that are active in the community that I have seeds from. Dan, Fluff, you, Magpie. There you go. There's 4 good ones. Like, you sent me so much stuff and I haven't ran much of it. They made their way into the vault and they're just hanging out in there.
I know how it goes.
Yeah, well, yeah. Anyone that's got a seed collection knows exactly what the fuck I'm talking about.
Yeah, it just happens.
I read the tape on them all the time. I can look at all the crosses and dream about them. I've been really fucking up my garden lately. Like you guys, it's just rough. Last 6 months have just been a write-off, and then before that, I wasn't doing well. So.
See, I'm stoked because now that I've been home for I think it's been over a month at this point. It's the garden is really starting to come around and just be better. The daily attention is starting to show to the point of it scares me for when I got to go out of town again because it's inevitable. It might be next week. It might be 6 months or more from now. It's really hard to say, but it does sound like we should be around here for most of the rest of the year and possibly into the new year, which would be nice.
I'm just replying to an email quick here.
No worries.
I'm gonna I might try some sort of bagged soil. Like if I was gonna go pre-mixed soil, what do you guys recommend?
I personally have no personal experience with pre-done bag soil. I hear good things about like Coco Loco, which I can't get in my area, but things like Ocean Forest, or is that what it's called for Fox Farm stuff? I've heard good things about that. I've heard a few negatives as well, but I think that'll probably be the thing though. But doesn't like Gaia Green do pre-done up living soil?
I really haven't searched or looked even really because I'm always I always pro mix and dry amendment. That's been my go-to. I started off with bottles, killed everything in sight, then I went to Gaia Green dry amendments and haven't looked back. Oh, Black Soil. Okay, they're a good company. Or Black Soil, Black Swallow. Yeah, because I just don't know if I'm not cooking it long enough. I'm not mixing it right. I'm off track. I'm just and lately I really want to concentrate on my career, as opposed to my growing life. Not that anything bad with it, but for the last couple of years, man, I've been kind of just like the weed man, and I need to like be the welder guy now for a bit, and put the weed on the back burner. But it's not going anywhere. It's just getting downgraded, downsized. I don't need a 4x8 and a 4x4 and an outdoor grow and a clone setup. And I know, like it's so fun.
We're gonna have to take a vote. We're gonna have to kick your ass off the show. No, we're not. That's crazy talk. We're gonna have you committed to an insane asylum if you keep it up.
I'm not allowed video anymore. I just this is all you get now.
Yeah,
I'm downgraded to a.
See what happens when he shaves the beard off, folks? He starts talking all fucking crazy. Like
it's not me who's choosing this. I've had to let the universe, like Jesus, take the wheel here. Because I fucking wasn't steering the ship good. So we're just going to let the ship steer itself for a little bit. And this is something that's kind of got to happen. I've got more people moving into this house. Rooms are changing. Career shift. Great opportunities coming at me faster than I know how to deal with them. So, yeah. Victoria, whatever I'm not losing. But yeah, I'm always going to grow, guys. Don't you worry. Even if it's just an auto in the closet or something. But that's why I'm saying bag soil, because then I can literally buy a couple bags, fill a couple pots, do a run. I don't have to have a fucking stash in the corner of big bags of shit.
Yep, it's understandable.
Pots everywhere. It was a good run, folks. Like I had fun running a full-on grow room downstairs. And I'm gonna do it again. Don't get me wrong. Like as soon as opportunity arises to make it happen again. I just don't know if my parents would be jive with me throwing a 4x8 upstairs or anything like that, So, I got roommates now, man. I gotta think of them.
Carbon filters. I
know mine it's funny because mine were 5 or 6 years old, and they're riveted together, and I'm not fucking with that. So I just tossed them. Talked to my neighbor, but I'm like, if you notice anything, then tell me. I'll get new filters. And then, he's like, I was in about week 6 in a flower run. I'm like, are you sure, John? Like, come here. He was standing near my window. He's like, well, if I stand here, and like, If you don't notice that in your driveway because it's like 6 feet from the window. He's like, no. So I'm like, okay, I've been running filterless now for a year now or more. But you can tell. Like when you come in the house and having a flower on. It's like, oh man.
Well, that's kind of, I think, for my situations, that's what the carbon filters are for. I'm not worried about venting smells outside. Well, no, I am worried about venting outside, just not as. It's the fact that, like you just said, if you're in bloom, as soon as you open up the door to the house, that's where it gets bad. So you got to start scrubbing that smell and like getting that fuck down or out of there, or whatever. And seems to work right now. I got a filter going in and a filter going out into my tent.
Do you notice the filter going in? Like I guess you don't really notice anything, but it's just a precautionary thing, or
It's more for particulate at this point, because as far as I'm concerned, filters are, you may as well get a new one after a year. It might last longer, it might not, but a year's probably good. Seems to be the good rule of thumb from what I hear from people. So what I'll do is I'll get a new one and put that one up, and then I'll take the previous one. I'll use that as the intake into a tent or something. And then whatever the oldest one I have kicking around, that's the one that gets booted out, and just kind of rotate through them like that. So I've usually got, 2-3 carbon filters going on at any time.
yeah, I'd like to get them again just because I like being private, and sometimes I get comments like if someone new comes over, they're just like, "Holy fuck, Eric's like weed in here." I'm like, "Well, yeah." You want to see my pleasure room? Whatever the fuck they say in that book. That's why it smells. Check it out. But I gotta, with the kids being in school and stuff, you gotta watch that shit. Last thing you want, even though it's legal and all that, you don't need your shit stinking up everything.
Well, and other possibilities, your kid going to school smelling like weed, which is not something that you want either. That's something that I've thought about for years as well. I'd be mortified if I ever got a call from my kid's teacher. Saying, your daughter came to school smelling like weed today. Because first I'd be like, I have to break her fingers, I guess. That's fine. But, not actually, but like it'd be like, hey, so she's not smoking it, and it is actually because you're growing in the house, or you're smoking it in the house before they go to school or something like that, whatever the situation is. That's not okay. So I remember, I think it was my brother, actually, his daughter. Apparently that was the thing. She had gone to my mom, so her grandma, concerned that she was always going to school smelling like weed when she was in, like, I can't remember if it was elementary or high school, but that's effed up. I sure as hell ain't perfect, but I try to be better than that, That's awesome, Victoria Lee. I see that. That's a good one. But honestly, wouldn't you rather be known as a freaking pothead than falling down drunk? Even the laziest of the stoners that I know are, usually fairly functioning. They're just, not highly motivated, right? Whereas the constant daily and stuff like that, oftentimes not so.
Yeah, that's got to be the shitty. Not shitty, but funny. Yeah, I don't know if my kids haven't said shit. I don't think anybody. Their parents.
It's at the point where I host a YouTube channel that's primarily based on cannabis consumption. You know what? I fucking bet you that those that knew me back in high school see where I am right now and are probably like, I'm not fucking surprised. Fucking stoner who's like in, same with all the concerts and shit like that. That's like freaking high school Brad, but I never got to that in high school, right? But that's like my fantasies from high school living them out now. They see that and they're probably just like, that motherfucker never changed a bit. Meanwhile, there's like 14 years in between where I didn't smoke weed like at all.
Yeah. I've been up and down all around. Thing for me is the alcohol fucking and partying shit took over for like 20 years and fucked me up a bit. But I'm out of that. You guys got to see the tail end of that fucking downward spiral.
That's all right, because we got to see the end of it. That's the important part.
Yeah, now I'm in the fucking thralls. How do you call it? The fucking whatever. I'm in the start. I'm coming up the hill.
Yeah.
Going onwards and upwards, man. Loving it. I got a whole new fucking outlook. You guys, like the last couple months, I've been really fucked up, and it's clearing up. So
that's good.
Nice. Oh, it's great waking up now, man, and not being in fucking Doomsville. I fucking don't wish that upon nobody, man. That's a shitty way to live.
It is.
Wake up, you're like, oh, sweet. Oh, boom. That's how fast it is. You wake up, you're like, oh, great, another day. Oh, fuck.
Yep.
Just that, like that. It's like you look forward to that 16 seconds maybe in the morning before you realize that you're awake. You're up and you're like, it's just like, oh, you gotta have a strong will, good coffee, some good pot, good friends.
Yeah, life.
If anyone out there is going through some shit, just hold on. It'll come.
It always gets better.
And what Frugal's saying, drinking and partying will age and kill you. I think I look young now. I think if I wouldn't have drank, I'd be fucking even younger looking. Not that I really want to. Although there's memories created between me and my friends and situations I was put in and stuff I did that taught me a lot, showed me a lot. I got to experience a lot of fun times, albeit, all fucked up and shit, but typical day for the auto smoker. But yeah, I don't regret all of it. There's a lot of it that I do, especially the end, fucking DUI. If you're that far into it and shit, man, get some help. That won't help you. That's right, Skunk Ape. Good vibes, man. Got to keep them going. I wake up, man, put on some like really good fucking reggae and shit. I had a kale smoothie the other day. I'm trying, man. I don't know, man. Just trying. I grew it. I figured.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
I don't know, man.
We told you. We're like, G-Babe, we have your best interest in heart. Just get rid of it, dude.
I stuck some of that in the blender with the pineapple and shit and got her. And the funny part was I dropped the coffee cup that it was in and the coffee cup smashed. And I was like, that's because it had fucking kale in it. Its life was over.
Well, dude, it was like you pulled that cup with the kale. It had to die. That's funny though. Like it was just because it's not good, man.
No, it wasn't. Like I wasn't gagging, but like there's certain food you're eating because like you gotta eat it or whatever, and it's like you're a man, so you're not. But like your body's going like, no, you can if you want. Like we'll help you get rid of this if you want to get it out. Just like,
that's funny.
Hey man, I'm like I'm trying. I don't know. Let's see. I eat horrible. Like I'm probably sick because I haven't been to the doctor so long. Like I'm sure there's shit wrong with me because of my diet. So I really gotta fucking try it down. Man. A little more kale, a couple less donuts. Sounds like shit. I don't like hearing that. But my kale plant's killing it, man. I grew this kale plant. It's fucking gigantic. And I just got leaves and leaves of this shit. And it keeps so well in the fridge. You stack it up in a container, put some wet paper towel on it. It's been in there for 3 weeks. I'm like, would you just fucking rot so I can throw you out, for fuck's sakes? No, fresh as a daisy still. I'm like, fuck.
Good stuff.
The frost makes the bitterness leave. Okay, hurry up, Frost.
Just for fun.
Fuck that, you only live once. Yeah, true, I guess, eh? Fuck, did we make it to the end, Caribou?
Yeah, we're there, man. I was just gonna say that it's almost time I should probably go pick up the missus and not make her walk home. Well, I'm sure she'd get a ride, but I should do the nice thing and go pick up my missus because she deserves a ride home from me. I'm pretty sure she's listening right now. So.
Yeah, I know. Well, she's beautiful too, right?
Yeah, yes, very much so.
There you go. Had to spoon feed you that one, Caribou.
Now you're making me look bad.
Sorry, I'm in Romeo mode here. I'm like Bachelor fucking mode here. I got all the lines.
Yeah, no, I should go and find her though. Just because, like I said, it is getting to be about that time. Cheers, Jason. I don't think I've said hi to you yet today. Anyone else I've missed? My apologies. I tried to get to everyone. Skunk Ape, did I say hi to you? Yeah. I thanks everyone for joining in tonight. This is always a good time hanging out with all y'all. We will be back on Sunday morning, I guess. Yeah. It'll be like the return of Fluff. Hopefully, he should be back. He had family in town last night or the other night, so it's more important stuff to do. It's like, let's go do that. I think me and G-Bay, we've got this held down. And Jimmy there, good time it was. I'm gonna stop babbling on and end the stream like right about now.